County commission meetings, usually are not known for excitement.
No, they're not. But that is not what happened at a Bernalillo County Commission meeting last week. And now we have video that shows this squabble, and it's all about your money. Take a look at this.
Go ahead. And by the way, you better start to chill a little bit, because I'm not going to take that. You understand?
Well, you don't take it, but you are going to listen.
Oh my goodness. That is Commissioners Debbie O'Malley and Wayne Johnson arguing about money for their districts. You see, all the commissioners were supposed to get an extra $50 grand to spend in their districts this year. But Commissioners Johnson and Lonnie Talbert said they did not want the money because the county is pulling $24 million from its rainy day fund. It's a little short on cash. Instead, they wanted their $100 grand to go back into the budget. Well, then the three Democrats on the commission approved the motion to take that money and split it up among their districts.
I just have a question.
83,000 for districts 1, 2, and 3 for a total of $250,000. And is there a second? Commissioner Johnson.
I cannot believe this. I think you all ought to be ashamed of yourself, quite frankly.
Okay, before you go off and talk about who should be ashamed of themselves, and I don't appreciate that.
Well, the county owes part of its budget problems to the Treasurer's Poor Investment Strategy. We've talked a lot about that here on News 13 with our Special Assignment Investigations and the fact that it is taking in less than it is spending. Well, do you have ideas to reform Albuquerque's police department? Well, the city wants to hear from you starting today. The city is starting a series of community meetings to get your ideas on how the police department could be better. The department, as you know, has been under fire because of the high number of deadly police shootings in the last 4 years and the big Department of Justice investigation into what it calls APD's use of force culture. Again, the first meeting is tonight. It starts at 6 o'clock at the Convention Center downtown.
The city of Carlsbad is hoping the feds will help them deal with the growing homeless problem in their city. The city council is applying for a $500,000 federal grant to build a new shelter. The shelter would be designed to help low and moderate income families who are struggling. The closest shelter is in Roswell. That's 77 miles away. During the winter, the San Jose Senior Center takes in people during especially cold nights, but it is not enough to help people year-round.
Well, 5:34 now. Investigators are still hoping someone will come forward with information about who killed Jasper here, Tasmanian devil at the ABQ Biopark Zoo. Meanwhile, the zoo is increasing security. Yesterday, the city announced there will be more foot patrols inside the zoo and more security cameras to cover some of the park's blind spots. Jasper was found dead in his exhibit last Wednesday morning after someone threw a chunk of asphalt at him and crushed his skull. Surveillance cameras did not pick up what happened.
If we have to put more bodies and more cameras to make it happen to protect our zoo, then we're going to do it.
Jasper's death has gained international attention, particularly in Australia. Jasper and the 3 other Tasmanian devils were loaned to the Albuquerque Zoo from the Healesville Sanctuary in Australia last December. That sanctuary's director has told newspapers over there that Jasper's death is terrible news, but the city says the sanctuary has not told them it plans to take the devils back. Meanwhile, there is a $5,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of whoever threw that chunk of asphalt and killed Jasper. Well, a family here in Albuquerque says its dog must have been stolen after it was found badly hurt all the way on the other side of town. Hot Shot here is now recovering after having emergency surgery. The pudgy little pug had a gash along the back of its neck, lots of other cuts, and now an infection. The Waldrop family says the little dog was in his front yard with them as they decorated for Halloween last week, and he got out of their sight for just a little bit. Then in the next few hours, he somehow made it from the Wantabo Hills neighborhood in southeast Albuquerque 20 miles away to the opposite side of town here in Ventana Ranch. The Waldrops say someone must have done this to Hot Shot, then left him for dead.
This was a deliberate attempt. Somebody had to have picked him up for whatever reason, taken him across town, and this was the result.
And get this, they also say Hot Shot's microchip had literally been cut out of his skin. It's a pretty gruesome scene. We're not showing it to you this morning. It could take little Hot Shot 6 months to a year to fully recover. That's if he ever does. Liz?
All right. Time right now is 5:36. An armed robbery suspect is back behind bars this morning. Santa Fe police arrested 33-year-old Robert Pacheco at a Motel 6 on Cerrillos Road early yesterday morning. Pacheco was initially arrested for holding up a game store and a Rex restaurant at gunpoint last year. 2 months ago, he was released from jail and was given an electronic monitoring bracelet. But police say he cut that bracelet off and was on the run. Officers were trying to arrest him last week for that when they say he tried to ram an officer's car and got away. He is now facing new charges.
The Department of Veterans Affairs is reducing the number of inpatient beds at its hospital in Albuquerque by 20%, all because of a nationwide nursing shortage. Now there will be 120 beds at the Raymond G. Murphy VA Medical Center. That's down from 150. Veterans are already struggling to find the health care they need, but the department says the reduction will help boost morale and work satisfaction with the hospital's nursing staff. The department also hopes it can recruit high-quality candidates to fill open nursing jobs. Once those positions are filled, the additional beds, we are told, will be back open.